Hi friends, this is Krish, the Urban Naxal. And we're going to talk about under construction property and how it's a lot like kidnapping. Buying under construction property, booking under construction property is a bit like getting kidnapped. This conversation from this point onwards is going to be a little bit dark. So if you're the sort of person who gets anxiety or has some kind of a episode in their past where they have been kidnapped or they have been held hostage or any such anxiety causing situation, it's a good time to exit this conversation. You can listen to some of my other videos. If you want to stay with me on this journey, listen carefully. I'm going to talk about how booking an under construction property is a lot like getting kidnapped. And if you are kidnapped, there are some points of time when you can potentially fight your way out of the situation until you get in too deep. And if you get in too deep, you can still fight your way out of the situation. If you let it go on for too long, you may fight, but you may sustain more damage. You will sustain more injury. The likelihood of injury goes up proportional to the amount of time that you let the kidnapper have his way with you or hold you captive. So this is the conversation we are going to have, and for those of you who feel that this is a far-fetched kind of a comparison, that hey, come on yaar Krish, kya kuch bhi na, like hey, where's kidnapping and or ransom taking or hostage taking, and where is Firoti on the one side and where is ordinary flat sales on the other side here? And this flat sales is so common. It is happening all around us and you're calling it like Firoti, like ransom, like kidnapping. No, this is not right. Okay, I acknowledge there are going to be people like that who are going to argue this way. And I acknowledge that you may think that this comparison is a little bit far-fetched, but listen, apply your critical mind and see what I am saying and whether it makes any sense to you. So first, I want you guys to have a mental picture of a kidnapping in a modern urban scenario. And let us first create a picture. So there's this young person, could be a guy, could be a lady, walking along on a footpath somewhere in town, reasonably busy day, and suddenly a car comes close. It could be a large vehicle, it could be a small vehicle, and two men step out of it and try to pull you into the vehicle. And they exert a lot of pressure, they exert a lot of force, and sometimes a little bit of threat to yank you, to pull you against your will into the vehicle. Now there is this element of surprise. You don't know how to react. So you're generally a nice person. Compliance is your first response to anybody who wants something from you, wants you to do something. Resistance is not your first response. You are not geared for resistance. You are not mentally poised for resistance. You are mentally poised for compliance. So somebody says, hey, Munna bhai wants to meet you. Chal, andara, come on, get into the car. Or maybe they'll do it very nicely. Sir, please get into the car. No, I won't. Why? No, sir. You can ask questions later. First, get into the car. Come on, get in. Please get in. Those guys could be suited, booted. They could be very nice looking people. They could be very civilized. They could give you an inferiority complex. That vehicle may be a very nice vehicle. It could be very classy. It could be a very, upmarket kind of an SUV. And suppose you get under pressure. Please get in. Please get in. Your wife said that we have to pick you up. Or your father said that it is urgent that you should come with us. Some such thing happens and you say, okay, fine. And you get into the vehicle. You have questions, but they'll say, we'll explain along the way, sir, don't worry, please get in. They might do it nicely. And there may also be a little bit of a threat that, listen, are we going to do this the nice way or do you want us to resort to other methods? Please get in, or else we are not very nice. We are not going to be very nice with you. Come with us. And you get inside the vehicle and the door closes and the vehicle speeds away. This is the situation called kidnap. This is the initial stage of kidnap. You have allowed yourself to be kidnapped. What happened in this point of time is you had an opportunity to resist, to escape whatever is going to happen next, to make their method of kidnapping a complete failure. You had that opportunity. You know when? Right in the beginning, before they had you inside the car door. That was when. You could have shouted, you could have screamed, you could have kicked, you could have lain down on the ground so that they are not able to pick you up. It's not easy to pick up a person who is down on the ground. You could have been violent, you could have scratched at their face, you could have bit their hand, you could have punched if you know how to punch. You could have hit them with a purse, you could have raised a ruckus, you could have done a lot of these things. You could have tried to run away. You may have an anticipation that they would catch you, but even if they would catch you and then drag you to their vehicle, if you had run few feet away from their vehicle, it attracts a lot more attention than you standing next to a vehicle and arguing with people. So your first and your best opportunity to escape from this entire situation would have been right before you got inside that car. But you are a nice person. You are not geared for a fight. Fighting doesn't come easily to you. That is not your instinct. You are a gentle person. You believe in people. You believe in the general goodness of everybody. You believe that people are generally good, civilized, lawful. They don't do things which will harm others, actively harm others. They don't mean to cause you harm. This is your general set of beliefs about people. So you got inside the car. Now you are inside the car. The car starts to speed away. And you realize increasingly that you have been kidnapped. Now let us draw up a bunch of scenarios. And what are the thoughts that are going through your head? One of the thoughts that may be going through your head is, things aren't so bad. This is a nice car. We are in the midst of traffic. This is a city. There are a lot of people. I'm not going to be harmed. Maybe they don't intend to do something serious to me. Maybe they don't intend to kill me or rape me. Maybe they don't intend to beat me up. Maybe they just want to have a talk with me. They are nice people. They are suited, booted. There's a woman in the car along with them. They're civilized people. They're talking in English. And so maybe I'm not in a lot of trouble. Maybe I'm in a little trouble. This is your thought process. Now, if this is how you process your information, you are possibly in a situation where you may be right and maybe you are only in a little trouble, or it could be a lot worse than you imagined. Maybe they want to drive into a deserted road and dispose you off, bump you off. Maybe they want to drive into a garage and close the door of the garage and then do whatever they want with you. Could range from the entire spectrum of just slapping you around on the right side, or just scolding you and shouting at you and saying that you owe money to some guy. Bhai wanted to see you and Bhai had you picked up, so Bhai wanted to have a hard talk with you and Bhai says, listen, you give me the money you owe me or else. So that would be the nicest end of the spectrum. On to the other side of the spectrum where you are beaten up badly, you are threatened, they call your family and they ask for ransom, or they start cutting fingers or cutting off your ears and sending it in parcels to your family and trying to extract money from them. So it gets badder and badder, it gets worse and worse. Absolute worst end of the spectrum, you end up in a ditch without your head. Your head is cut off and found in the Arabian Sea. Absolute end of the ditch. So very light to very dark. This is your spectrum. Completely anything can happen. Now, when you are in the car, you don't know that. Being human, if you are an optimist, you will possibly think of the best. So you'll say, maybe they will let me go. And if you are a pessimist, then you are likely to think of the worst. Now, if you think of the best, is it a good time to struggle? Is it a good idea to fight, or is it a good idea to wait and watch as the car progresses through the city traffic? I don't know about you guys, but I'll tell you my personal philosophy on this thing. I feel that your struggle has to be as soon as you realize you are being kidnapped or you have been kidnapped. And you are being held against your will. And the struggle has to be immediate. It has to be prompt. It has to be forceful. It has to be aggressive. It has to be convincingly aggressive, not feeble. It has to be 100% of your efforts. My personal understanding of such situations, you can agree or disagree with me here, is not to be gentle, to negotiate, to talk, to try to be friendly, to tell them that, listen, what do you want? If you want money, I will give you money. I'll give you anything you want. I'll do anything you want. I don't think that has very good outcomes in such situations. Compliance is not a very good option in such situations when you are being taken against your will, where you are being held against your will. Rebellion, aggression, total aggression, complete aggression, giving it everything you are capable of doing to escape. Now, what is the intention of the aggression? The aggression is not to hurt them. The aggression is intended to enable you to open that car door and run out or fall out or jump out. Even if sustaining injury, you need to do that. Now, of course, people go into self-preservation mode and they are like, well, they are armed, they are heavily armed, they've got guns, they've got knives, they've got everything. Well, yes, agreed and exactly. And all of it is true, and you can come to great harm by just opposing them, fighting them right then and there. And your whole instinct is, let me postpone the harm. Let me postpone it by 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Let me postpone the pain. And every minute, every passing minute that this happens is a minute that can take you into a territory where they want to take you, which could be a closed space, a garage, a basement, a deserted parking basement, some place where they can harm you much more than what can happen inside a car. So the car in traffic in a city is not their preferred location for causing harm. You need to keep that in mind. So every passing minute, every passing half a minute. Now, of course, you may say, yeah, let me wait for the next traffic signal. And when the traffic signal come, that is where I'll cause a commotion. Yes, good. Maybe you're right. Alternatively, if you wait for the traffic signal, you may just realize that no, they didn't go till the traffic signal. They went into a basement. They just turned off the road. They went into a bylane. And your situation has now become worse. So time is not your friend. Time is your enemy and time is their friend. As time passes, things are going to get worse and worse and worse. And therefore the time to fight is right now, right here. Yes, you may come to harm. Yes, it is possible that you will come to harm. And you feel everything inside you is like, boss, let me maintain this comfortable moment that I'm having just now. Let me not start the discomfort right away. Let the pain be postponed. This is a normal human tendency, but you need to be careful about that because you are actually taken deeper and deeper into danger. Now, let me talk about under construction property and why it is very similar to this situation. When you are in a builder's sales office and they are, you got multiple suited booted guys talking to you and trying to get a token swipe out of you. They may be nice to you, they may be low-key insulting or low-key aggressive towards you. They may say, sir, you are not a genuine customer. If you are a genuine customer, then you would have been convinced by now, and so on and so forth. So they may show you aggression. They may push you. They may not physically, but psychologically push you towards giving them a swipe. They are psychologically pushing you towards making a decision in their favor. You are being coerced. Now, coercion is not the same as actual force. It feels like persuasion, but it is persuasion with an element of force. So what's a coercion? Coercion is, they say, sir, which of these two flats do you like? So you say, well, we were shown this model with balcony and this model without balcony. I like the one with balcony. Now, I like the one with balcony does not mean I want to buy the flat with a balcony. That is not the meaning. Your meaning is, hey guys, you showed me two things. I like the one which you showed me earlier. That is what it means. Now, they take it to mean, they twist your words to take it to mean, I want to buy the one with a balcony. And if later on you say something like, no, I'm not interested. They'll say, sir, are you wasting our time? Are you here to waste our time? Now, that is coercion. At this point of time, it is no longer persuasion, it is no longer sales, it is a psychological trick that is being played on you and making you defensive. Now, you are a nice person. You are a nice, civilized, good person, genuinely good person. You care for other people's opinions, you care for other people's comfort and time, and you are professional in your approach. So you say, no, I am not wasting your time. Then they'll say, then why are you still, have we not answered your questions? If we have answered all your questions, why are you not making a decision? Now, here you have reached a point where they are not being nice with you, they are coercing you. This is a lot like suited booted people trying to push you into a vehicle. Come with us. We are telling you to come with us. Why are you not coming with us? We have told you, your wife or your father is very ill. He wants you to come with us. We want to take you to where he is. All these things. So it sounds very convincing. And if you say, no, I'm not coming with you. Why are you not coming with us? Did we not tell you why you have to come with us? Did we not convince you? So you have instincts which are saying, no, don't do it, don't go, don't swipe. But on the other side, you got this urge to comply because you have been conditioned throughout your life to comply. If your teacher says, come with me to the principal's office, you'll go to your principal's office. So in this way, you have been conditioned throughout your life. In your office, you're conditioned. Your boss says, come to my cabin. We have to have a meeting now. You may not want to. You don't escape. You don't leave. You don't run off. You go to his office. You go to his cabin. If the police phones you from the police station, sir, aapke against complaint hai, jara aa jao. Your entire instinct is to comply. That is what you have been taught your whole life. Your entire background consists of complying with people. The events of complying are far more. They outnumber the events of rejecting somebody's request or demand. This is your life. So your urge to comply with a demand by the sales office to take a decision that you don't want to take, you are feeling trapped because your entire background, your earlier life is now working against you. You have to swim against the river. But it is like kidnapping. It is like kidnapping because it is not free consent. Now, they want you to give consent. How? By swiping a token and then signing your name on an application form. They'll fill it up. They want you to sign your name on an application form, a booking form, where you are going to request the booking of so and so flat, and they will say we are going to hold it for you. Now the part where you are not giving informed consent, it is not free and informed consent. It is not dawning on you, but I'll make it clear. It is not your free and informed consent if you are not given enough time to think about it. If you are not given enough time to say, okay, the deal is that I am going to give you this flat worth 1 crore rupees, and you say, I want to go out and check with other builders, or I want to check with with family members. I want to consult my wife, I want to consult my father, I want to consult my brother, and so on. I want to check on my finances, I want to see if I am financially capable of pulling off this deal. And they are saying, no, sir, you have to make this decision now. Today's offer is only valid for today. It is not valid for tomorrow. It is not valid if you walk out of this door. This is coercion. Here you are being forced to make a decision against your will. And it is not informed consent. They are not asking for your consent. There is an element of force. They are trying to push you. And it is like getting into the car. If you swipe your card, they are not intending to give you your money back, even if they lie to you. For example, the guy pushing you into the car may say, yeah, don't worry, you can sit in the car and talk to us, only then we'll start the car. But then you sit inside and they'll start the car. So, same way, they may say, don't worry sir, we'll refund your token. But give the token now. Then after you've given the token, you will find, no, we will have to ask the higher management, we have got this policy, that policy, your token is not coming back. So it is like they told you to get inside the car, they said, don't worry, we will sit, we will talk, we are not closing the door, and then they close the door and then they start the car. This happens to people. So then you say, theek hai, maybe it's not going to be so bad. Maybe it's not going to be so bad because these guys are suited, booted. They are well-known names, Lodha, Rustamji, Ruparel, Runwal. How bad can it be? Godrej. They are good names. They are big names. So that's like saying, oh, it's an SUV. It's a nice looking SUV. It is not a beaten up car. It's not a dirty Dakkan car from some rural area. So it is not a Firoti. It's not a hostage situation. Now, it is a hostage situation. You have been taken economically hostage. Now, the longer you let this process continue, you enter into an agreement with them. You're getting deeper into the situation. You disburse the loan. You're getting still deeper into the situation. You don't know the risk. You don't know any of the risk. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they're going to do with you. You don't know whether you're going to get your house or not in the end of all this. That's why you should struggle early. I'm Krish, the Urban Naxal. Jai Hind.